We could go. We could go. We could go. We could go. Ooh, yeah.
What up, what up, what up? We are the band Water Seeds coming to you for episode 6 and 1 of Water Seeds podcast called How You Feeling?
We good though.
So today is myself. Sinise is to my left. Say what's up, Sinise.
What's up, good world? And yeah.
Say what's happening to my right.
How y'all doing?
Who is that?
That's Gentleman Sharp. I thought he was going to say his name. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm changing my name to What's Happening.
What's happening? And then we have Tiffany sitting in with us. She's not on camera, but Tiffany, producer.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
And Raheem is not here. Who knows where he is, but he is not present, but that's okay. We're going to keep it rolling. Big shout out and thank you to all the people who have been faithful listeners on our podcast. Well, you can, everywhere podcasts are streamed, you can check us out, Spotify, Apple Music, blah, 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 yakety schmackety. You can also watch this live on YouTube and on Facebook. It comes out every Friday, roughly between 11 and 1 o'clock, depending on how busy our world is. And we enjoy doing it. This is episode 61. We started it just about 2 weeks before this pandemic happened, and we've been going strong nonstop. Tiffany, you all right? You drank some? Boy, Tiffany just took a shot. Let me give a big shout out to our one of our supporters with the band. This is Screwball Whiskey, peanut butter flavored whiskey. Tiffany just had a shot, and she looked like she gonna have a lot to say today. That's all I'm saying. Screwball. They don't call it Screwball for nothing.
It's tasting like it.
Yeah, it just tastes like peanut butter, right?
Peanut butter
It
whiskey.
does. It does taste like peanut butter.
Yeah, she's going to be feeling in a second. We're going to have to get her a breathalyzer before she get in our car and go home. Woo! Boy, it just straightened her up. She just sat up straight, y'all. She sat up straight like, good Lord. This is Screwball Whiskey. If you haven't had it requested, it is 70 proof, y'all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 70
Not
proof.
bad.
It's made in California by a nice
Get
family.
you right.
And it's so nice. It's so nice. But anyway, y'all doing good. Look, it feels like we don't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I know.
it does.
I mean, we were doing it every week. Now
Yeah.
it's like we doing it every other week. Then Ida happened. We missed a week, and then a month passed.
I think Ida just jacked everybody.
It jacked the system
Yeah.
up. COVID acting crazy. Thank y'all for wearing y'all masks because I got mine right. Cha.
Why aren't you wearing
Because
it?
I
You
like
just
y'all
don't
got
feel
y'all's. No, I say y'all got y'all's
Okay.
on, you know.
He has the right to choose, Sinise.
I have the right to
There's
choose.
no mandates in this room. There's no
There it is. There it is.
No, there is mandates.
There
Your mask.
It's like, wear your mask in a room. Tiffany, I'm sorry. I ain't wearing no mask. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. People are still going crazy about the mask. I was watching, I don't really watch C-SPAN, but it's in my Instagram line or whatever, right? And it was like these people, this Republican senator was saying, I hear parents don't get to express their grievances at the student district council meetings, and it's ridiculous. They're forcing underage kids to wear a mask. They're doing horrible things to them. I'm like, dude, get over it. What are we talking about?
I mean, you could tell that to the parents as well because they act in the same way.
No, they're acting behind.
They acting a
and
monkey.
he was mad. Cause like I hear parents have to wait 2-3 hours to talk to the council, the school board council, and I'm just like, yeah, that's kind of normal. That's what happens. Get over it. Tiffany took another shot. She going back
You
in.
have some more?
Tiffany, boy, I'm gonna save the good questions for later. Tiffany,
You're trying to just figure it out.
I'm
What's that?
taking baby sips.
That's
do
how
you drink
do it.
whiskey?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she drinks the
I'm a
whiskey.
Jameson girl.
Okay, well that is.
Yeah.
That is. It's hitting the spot. It's she
Jameson
rubbing her
girl.
chest. She getting warm up
Yeah,
in
I'm
here.
getting a little hair on my chest.
She getting a little warm. It's getting warm in here. So, but yeah, they acting crazy. Is a lot of foolishness going on. I don't know what's happening, but I'm just like, man, wear your mask, get your shots, whatever. You don't want to get your shots, wear your mask. We talk about this every
your
week.
shots.
Look, we gonna keep it. We get that shot.
Don't play right. Don't
70 proof.
Make it a double. Make it a double. Make it a double. Football season has started. Anybody been watching games?
Absolutely.
I've been hearing about games.
I watched
not
my
watching
first
games.
Saints game this week. I wish I would have waited.
What you mean, live?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. I just went to a bar and watched it.
Oh, so you've never watched football before?
No, I have, but this is the first time this season.
Oh,
I've
okay.
watched.
Okay, I was about to say your first one.
And it was quite disappointing.
Yeah, Saints. You know, we got potential. We got potential, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of reasons. I don't want to get into all of it, but man, we got to do better with coaching and with being prepared and stuff. So, but I'm hoping, Tiffany, that with the Saints, for all of those Saints fans, I'm hoping that this is a wake up call, and they kind of, because every good football team, it's very hard to stay good the whole season.
Yeah.
But usually there's a turning point where it's like you just get into your groove, and then if you turn at the right point of the season, everything goes crazy. So I'm hoping that's what happens with the Saints. That we need to at least go in the postseason.
Yeah.
I feel like, so
I think
My
it can
favorite part
happen.
was listening to Jonathan Vilma give the commentary. There was like slight shade I was hearing.
oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Vilma
watch football a lot, but I was listening. I was like, oh, that sounded like
no
a shot.
shade when you hear it.
Vilma used to be on the team too, so
That's
I'm
why I was like, that's interesting.
I'm glad he got a good job though. Look, funny enough, the Superdome, which is our famous dome here, caught on fire. Did y'all see that a few
I
weeks ago?
didn't know it caught
I
on
heard.
fire. I
The
saw
roo-
some men on the roof.
The roof caught on fire, y'all.
Yeah, I saw
the
men
roof
walking
caught
I
on
the
actually
roof.
went there that day. I had to go pick something up from there.
Really?
That morning.
And
Wow.
did you?
Really?
And was it before or after the
It
fire?
was before. It was early that morning. Something told me to go like first thing in the morning.
In the morning to pick
Yeah.
something up. It was strange because I have a friend who is a massive Superdome fan. It's like the Superdome is his most favorite stadium, and so he called, "Man, it's on fire! It's burning the inside from the roof."
The
But-
roof. The roof.
Yes,
The
It's
roof
on
is
fire.
on fire. I couldn't help it,
yeah,
Sinise.
couldn't do it. So look, real talk. It was. They were cleaning the roof, and supposedly a giant machine caught on fire or something, and
Wow.
it burned. It looked like a little dookie stain. Did y'all drive past? When you drive
No,
past,
I haven't.
it looked like a big dookie stain
yeah,
on the
I
side
see. It
of
looks
it.
like a birthmark.
It did it. It looked like a dookie stain to me. Like
I'm
it.
calling it a birthmark.
I'm calling it a dookie, a Pampa's dookie
They
stain.
should have left it there and just painted flames on the side.
It builds
It's like
character.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
There it
Yeah.
is.
Monster trucks.
Well, it's good stuff. All right, let's get right to it, y'all. This next segment is from Sinise and is called.
Sinise's crazy question.
Well, brothers and sisters.
What's
Okay.
that? What you
So
got?
here we go. What can a movie do to make you get up and walk out?
I am a huge movie fan.
I know you guys dabble in that.
I've only walked out of one movie, and it was called, what was it called? 90 Minutes or 60 Minutes or something. It was with, I feel like Al Pacino.
Okay.
And I went to the movies to see it. I used to live in Atlanta, and it was at the off of Piedmont. I forget the name of the nice theater. I used to get a little
Like
theater.
the Landmark or something?
Landmark
Enjoy it?
Theater, and I used to love that one, to go see certain films because it's right around my house
Popcorn is good.
in the Fourth Ward. And and look, yeah, they had this caramel corn, boy, that
Good.
caramel. Anyway, so it was delicious. So the thing about it is, I got up and walked out because I was just like, I don't even want to see the end of this movie. It was so hard. It was just a movie where I felt like it was just, I'm going to sit here for 2 hours to see them enact 60 minutes of him trying to find somebody. And it was just not exciting. It felt like something they did and had it on a shelf for 5 years and then released it. I was like, I'm out. And I've never seen that movie to this day.
Okay. Jay, what you got?
So I have to base my answer on a movie I walked out of, but I really don't even remember the reason because I love being at the movies. I'll watch almost anything that's on the screen. So there's
Yeah.
only one time I remember walking out. I walked out of Hide and Seek. And I think it was mainly
I'm
because
surprised you walked into Hide and Seek, but okay, go ahead.
I think it was mainly because I didn't feel any anticipation for what was going to happen. I didn't care what was going to happen.
That's how I felt, bro.
So after a while, I think something happened. Maybe looked down at my phone and something was asking for my attention. I was like, well, if this was a great movie, I would probably put this off until the end. But let me just step out to see what this is. I returned the call, and then the call was on some like, where you at? Can you do this thing? I was like, I guess I can because I don't want to go back in there.
Oh, I
So-
see.
Okay.
What about you, Tiff? Have you-
It would have to be the content of the movie.
Have you ever walked out of one, though?
The only time we walked out was when we snuck in the first place.
Oh, okay. I see. I remember a situation where
Sorry, Magic.
that's messed up. I remember a situation where a girlfriend made me walk out. Or so not even a girlfriend, somebody I was dating made me walk out. And it was a monster movie or something like that. And I didn't know that they were horrified of like monsters.
Oh,
Like, let's go now.
And like, we got to go right now.
Wow.
We got to go right now. And I was like, what's going on? And of course, she didn't say what the issue was, but it was the issue that there were monsters in the movie and she couldn't deal with it.
So okay.
I've seen the movie. I went back and see it myself, but I found out much later, like we weren't even dating anymore, that was the issue. But what about you?
Wow. I've never walked out on a movie, but I guess what would make me walk out is the end. If the end is bad.
Well, it was the
But
end.
it's
No,
the
it's
end.
over. It's over.
I
What
know.
the-
So, like, I'll just say that movie. This is the no. It's called The End or something like that, and it's an apocalyptic
Yeah.
kind of.
Is that the one she made us watch on tour?
James Franco and
Oh, that was amazing. You
No,
didn't like that?
no,
The
not
comedy,
that one.
This Is the End, was
no,
hilarious.
Yeah, no, not that. I love
Is it
that
that
movie.
stupid movie you
It's
made
the
us watch?
other one.
Is the stupid
with,
one she made us watch on tour?
How It Ends.
How It
How It
Ends.
Ends.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So I don't.
So
I
if
don't
you ever
really
watch
have
How It
anything.
Ends with Lawrence Fishburne
Watch it.
on Netflix,
Please.
do not watch it. She made the whole band. I'm talking about people. We're like tired on tour, tired. We trying to. We during the downtime. We just want to watch something entertainment.
Right,
we
it
watched this
was.
whole damn movie. It got to the end, and we just like, I feel like I want to fight you right now. That's how I felt about it. She's like laughing. He. It's funny. It's
Because
funny.
I had to sit through it myself.
Yeah, but you gonna make
So-
us on tour. We already crazy, hungry, and stressed out
Equality.
on tour, and we watched this stupid movie. Oh, How It
Nah,
Ends.
well, hold up, Lou. You're not completely innocent because
Ooh.
she made you watch it, and then you couldn't have that pain on you by yourself, and
No,
then you
but
made
Jay,
the rest of us
No,
watch it.
Jay, that's not what happened, Jay. I kept saying, don't watch this dumb movie. I kept telling y'all, and y'all like, no, we'll watch it to the end.
But
Let's
it was
give
in a
shot.
provocative way, like, don't watch the movie.
But I was just like, man, this movie sucks.
Really? Why not?
This movie
Now I wanna see
sucks.
it.
This movie sucks. And y'all watched that movie, and I was mad all over again. Like,
It's like
what-
it's reverse psychology. It's gonna be real good.
no, it was
Yeah,
not
it was-
good. I was
The movie was the worst part was the end.
No, the movie was bad. If the
No,
end
the
of the
movie
movie is
was
bad,
actually
the
pretty
movie
good.
is bad.
No.
If the end of the
'Cause
movie
nobody
is
walked
bad,
out on the
movie
movie.
is bad. Yeah,
Like,
because
y'all
the
walked
movie's
out
over.
at the end.
We were in number one. We were in an Airbnb. Everybody got up and left. Like, what the hell just happened? That's all I'm saying. Okay. Speaking of movies
Oh,
and,
that's
and
good.
things that people watch, Squid Games. Has anybody seen Squid
Yes.
Games?
Yes, I've seen Squid
Not-
So
Games.
you
not
finally
done.
watched it,
I
Jay?
finally
You
watched
finished the
Squid.
whole
I
thing.
watched the whole thing. I knew I had to because y'all were gonna want to talk about it.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
Oh, well, see, I put in all that work to watch all the Squid Games.
What'd you think, Jay?
You guys,
What you think? It's a
Huh.
Korean movie. It's the
What-
number one movie on streaming movie right now. It's so crazy. It's going bananas. Watch it on Netflix. I recommend it. I've been recommending it to everybody.
I think it's
great.
well made. I think it's very well written.
mm-hmm.
See, I don't want to say too much because I want you to see it and then say what you think.
Spoiler,
Don't do
spoiler,
no
spoiler,
spoilers.
spoiler,
No spoilers.
spoiler.
No spoilers.
No.
I thought it was well made. I consider it to be time well spent.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel
Like you
it
needed
was,
to walk out.
I didn't feel like it was
You didn't want
overhyped
to fight
or
nobody.
anything.
You didn't want to fight
I
nobody.
didn't want to fight nobody.
Okay.
Tiffany, have you seen Squid Games?
No, I heard people's heads get blown off, and I'm scary. Is that true?
Just
Well,
watch
lots,
it.
Lots of things have that.
Just watch it.
It's true though.
Just watch Squid Games.
The one thing I'll say, I read something where the phone number, I guess, that they put out there, they had to edit it a little bit because the woman was getting inundated with a bunch of calls, prank calls.
Yeah.
So
Nice. I like that. Well,
Like the person with 8675309 had to change their number.
right.
Yeah.
Or the woman named Sharona. That's her real name. So there it is. So look, but here's the funny part about the whole thing is I was checking something out and they were saying that the translation of the movie was bad from original Korean, right? They say it was the bad. It's
Oh.
like the movie means something completely different because of the translation. And so I went and watched. Is a comedian who is basically speaks Korean. She went and watched it. And she said, and it was dumb. Basically, she got like 5 million followers of saying it. It was simple things like, the old man, and it said, between you and us, there is no paying for anything. But the real translation was, you never have to owe me anything in life. And her complaint was like, in Korean culture, that's completely a different feel. I get it, but it's just like you get the same context. You know what I'm saying? And also, she was saying the woman who was like the scandalous woman who was going from team to team and everything. They say she cursed a lot and she was dealing with all the rest of this, and they watered down some part of it where she was saying that I'm very smart, but because I'm not rich, I didn't have an opportunity to be successful, and that's why I am the way. But I get it, but at the same time too, I'm like, it was good. Still watch it.
It's still good.
I mean, that comedian got what she needed, which was like all the followers and stuff. So hey, kudos to her.
Well, now I want to rewatch it with like subtitles or something.
Well, she was saying the subtitles were bad.
Is this almost like if you watch Friday and they overdub it with whiteness, and then you're like, it's just not funny this way?
It would be interesting to see it overdub.
Give an example of that, please.
I don't know. It had to be a smoky scene.
I'll have to think about
It
it.
has to be the Felicia scene.
I'll set up a little skit or something.
Yes, please.
Have a good day, Felicia. Felicia, have a good day. Felicia, have a good day. Yeah, I don't know what it would be, but yeah. So, have a good day there, Felicia. Okay.
Could I borrow your beach cruiser?
I don't know. It had to be something goofy. I don't know. That'd be hilarious, though. Look here. Talking about Netflix,
Talk about it.
You know, the latest news is our homie, Dave Chapelle.
David Chapelle.
David Chapelle is under fire. Have y'all heard about that?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, number one, every time, there's something, how many gay terms or the LGBTQ, how many terms have you created? So what fascinated me about this is there's a new term called Terf. Have you heard about it?
I've heard about it.
I just like, what is this? It's like Dave Chappelle's all Terf now. Dave Chappelle's all Terf now. And I'm going to probably piss some people off, but I think we need to have a show about this.
Don't get canceled.
I might get canceled, bro. And I'm not Dave
Get
Chappelle.
ready,
I can't bounce back.
Just prepare
But
yourself.
the thing is, so Dave Chappelle went on saying he was complaining about trans women. Okay, for those people who may not know, trans women are biologically born men, and everything. They're women now, or whatever, or they identify as a woman. So the idea for me is Terf is Dave Chappelle says some things. I haven't seen it. I am going to watch it. I know that they want to cancel that special.
Really? It's
like
that?
a lot of people have been complaining, like y'all need to
They
cancel
want it
that.
pulled down.
So they want to pull down. Number one,
Oh.
Netflix is not going to pull that down. That's not it. But I have to see it in context to see what Dave was talking about. But Terf is basically in shorthand is a term where it's people who don't agree that trans women are women. And so you follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like treat this trans woman as a woman. My problem, we spoke about this on other shows. I feel like this. I feel like you're not a woman. I'm not saying that you have to be a man. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying I don't know what it feels like being a woman because I'm not a woman. Just like a woman who's a trans man doesn't know how it feels to be a man. You may identify with how it feels, but you don't really know how it feels. I feel that it diminishes the plight, especially of a black woman. It diminishes their plight by just saying, I am a woman. I'm a trans woman. I think there still has to be a line divided. I'm not saying that don't be true to your feelings or what they are or who you believe you are. But I'm saying to say that you're a woman is a little far from me. How y'all feel about it? I don't know, ladies in the room.
Yeah, I think, I'll acknowledge that you did what you did, who you are. But at the same time, that's not going to stop me from feeling like you really are a man. I mean, that's just what that is. I don't even have anything else to say to it because it's just like biologically, this is how you came into this world. And, even when it comes down to like there's girls that are men that are winning the homecoming queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just to me like a stretch. You know what I mean? Or in sports, same thing. I just.
Now, and let me be clear. I don't have a problem with you saying if you're born a man, you saying you don't identify with being a man. You identify with being a woman. You want to be called she and her or whatever. I don't have no issue with that. It's like, do that. But to go as far as to say you are, I just think you're something else. I think if we deal with only two genders in Western culture, maybe there are other gender forms. You know what I'm saying? But man, woman, and then there's maybe a bunch in between. Or I shouldn't say in between, but a bunch more on the spectrum. And I'm just saying, it's just different to me. It's like I can't take two, put four tires on a bike and say it's a car. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to diminish it, but you're still a bike. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're just a modified bike. This bike feels more natural, feels like this is what, I don't know. Tiffany, you got something to say about this? This is complicated. This your generation.
Very complicated.
I've been drinking, so I'm going to leave it at I believe if, I can't give this thing up. If that's how you identify, that's how you identify. Who am I to tell you, how you identify. So that's kind of where I leave it at. I don't want to, because I don't like if people tell me a certain, like a certain personality trait that people may think that I have or something like that. It's kind of difficult for other people to tell people how they are and who they are.
Now, I agree with everything you're saying. I agree. If you identify as a woman or a man, I ain't got no issue with that. But I do have an issue with the fact that it's like, and I'm going to use it in a positive way, or try to use it in a positive way. So you're a trans woman, but you're still a trans woman. You're not a woman. You know what I'm saying? And you're a trans woman and you identify as a woman. I'm cool with that. I'm not going to tell you what to call yourself. I'm not saying that. I just think that women especially have different struggles, and I don't want to diminish. It's kind of like somebody that says, they came to you, I'm going to use, people hate to compare like the whole homosexuality thing to race, but that's what we do. If somebody came up to you who's white and said, hey, I feel black, so I'm black. Black people going to look at you like, bruh, you don't understand the struggles of being black. I'm cool. You can kick it with us. We can call you whatever, whatever we want to call you, whatever you identify with, you family. But real talk, you not black. You know what I'm saying? And we can love you, love on you, support you, anything you want to do, but you're not black. The same way if I say, hey, I identify as a Hispanic person. Well, Hispanic is different because, it's really not. It's a culture, not a race per se. But if I say I identify as a white person or as an Asian person in America, I can say I identify as, but I can't claim that I'm that unless I'm that. It's in my blood. You know what I'm saying? It's in my bloodline. So the issue I have with it is diminishing the struggle of the people who don't have a choice. And I'm not saying don't get twist my words and say that, your sexuality is a choice. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is as simple as this is something that you move towards opposed to it is naturally how you entered the planet. That's what I'm saying. So that's my issue. And I relate to it the same way. If you identify as it, cool. But I want there to be an understanding that you're not black. You still white, you still Asian, you still Hispanic. We can be friends, we can be family. I can support you, can do all of these things. But I think there's a fine line. And to be honest, as a straight male, I don't really have a horse in this race. You know what I'm saying? That's why I asked the ladies. I'm like, how do you guys feel? Because it's impeding on your space in a weird way, in my opinion. But if you guys are like, it's not impeding on my space at all, fine. But, I'll step back. But,
I think about Caitlyn Jenner, and Caitlyn was Bruce, and Bruce
Jenner,
and Bruce won a couple of gold medals in track and field, right?
The Bruce,
and he was on the box of Wheaties and all of that.
The Wheaties box, the Bruce box of Wheaties.
Okay, little relax. So I kind of think about, even in that space, like, does it become somewhat of a handicap? Like with Caitlyn, now all of a sudden she's on covers of magazines,
right?
Because she's a woman,
right? Well, got Woman of the Year.
She got Woman of the Year for
almost immediately.
Immediately,
yeah.
And so, does that become a handicap, or what does that? What is that? I mean, why all of a sudden does she become the Woman of the Year when there's so many other women, You know what I'm saying? That are struggling day to day, and they're not getting.
And they've been a woman the whole time.
A whole time. So that's why I'm saying, what is that thing? Is it because she was on a box of Wheaties? Or he was on, you know
That's
what I'm
like
saying?
on Soul Man when he got into college on affirmative action.
I don't know. I can't say. If you want to be called she instead of he or he instead of she, I'm with that. I'm whatever you want to be called.
Right.
However you want to identify, fine. But I'm just like, do we just need to create more genders? That's what I'm saying. And is that fine? I'm fine with that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that right now, though, in this country, we're still going through that transition.
Yeah.
And for other countries,
How
they've
ironic.
moved past. Right.
The transition.
The country's going through a transition,
The
is
great
it?
transition.
We don't like them.
The
We don't like them
crossover.
kind of transitions around
But
here.
for other countries, you know, they've kind of moved past it. You know?
Yeah, well, look,
And
I think the
so-
conversation is good in general. I mean, I think it's a good conversation. I think a lot of stuff is coming out. A lot of stuff. We need to have the conversation about it. So people are pushing the dial on it. Be with who you want to be with. Identify who you want to
Yeah.
identify with. We from New Orleans. For me, like when people started putting names on it, it got weird for me because I grew up with guys who were always trans, and it's just like, oh, that's Leroy. Now just grew up with it. It was just a part of me living in Treme, downtown New Orleans, going to Mardi Gras, and we grew up with burlesque shows, cross shows. It was not a thing for us. It was just like, man, just be who you be. It's good. We all good. Just don't do no harm to nobody.
But I also think a lot of families, black families, they have that. They got that one or two or three uncles, aunties, you know what I'm saying? That
most
you know
definitely.
what I mean?
Most
That
definitely.
just-
That's most definitely. And it's I think Chapelle, I didn't watch it, but there were I'll speak in a position that I can speak to it. Women who are trans men, are trans men.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, I don't have a problem with you doing any of that. That's fine. But when it comes down to it, you do not want to get into a fight with a man. You know what I'm saying? You do not want to deal with that. You do not want to deal because, I mean.
There was a UFC fighter that ended a fight like in the first round with a rear naked chokehold.
Mm-hmm.
And this is this fighter's first fight as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And the fight ended like rear naked chokehold, wham, victory, and people are mad about it.
And that's a reality
like,
to
you
this.
just
This was a trans woman
This
fighting
was a
women.
trans woman fighting a woman.
That's happening a lot in schools too.
One round. It's like one round.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, as much as everybody kind of wants to be in their space, and it's fine, and I respect that. This is what's happening.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing people are concerned about.
Well, this is happening on a high school level when a male athlete or a trans woman is competing with other young girls, and it's just like the strength and ability is going to be 10 times more, developed and aggressive because the testosterone level, muscle mass, bone density is all more prevalent in the male portion of the species. So and girls are getting hurt. And losing. And so they're putting up rules like, if you trans, no, you cannot compete as a young lady. Or a young man, young lady mostly.
So I just want to say this.
Give me a shot. I want some.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, you need some.
I need a shot.
Yeah, take the cup.
So
They trying to give me a shot, y'all, because they know I don't drink.
So here's the thing. So it's not even it's kind of like a trans thing, but it's more like with the Olympics, black women that are over succeeding, they're being questioned about
the testosterone level.
Right. And if they're really men. You know what I'm saying? And that's like
that's foul though.
That's the flip side to it.
That's
that
foul.
we're dealing with that side of it. That's just like it's sad, it's frustrating.
Look,
all of that.
I'm like, if you ain't got the jobblies down there, then you're a woman. That's what it is.
but
And
I
I know
mean,
they're
it's-
all kind of in between, but I'm just saying, it's like,
Yeah, no, I just want to put that out there. I know it's not necessarily.
yeah, but
in that
it's
space,
look, the
but-
trans thing is very interesting, But I am happy that we're having a conversation, that we are talking about it. I think there is some common ground and sense to it. It's just
I don't know if
tricky.
you're gonna do it, but-
Nobody wants to really touch it though, and most people are getting canceled for it. I mean, I guess they
Well,
can cancel me.
Dave went all the way there.
You saw it?
He went. Yes, I did. He
Wow.
went all.
Didn't he
the
say
way
something
there.
about beating up one of them or something?
He went
beating up a trans.
all the
Went
way.
in.
All the way.
Trans.
He
Man, I'm good.
left There's nothing unsaid.
Oh wow, but that's Dave Chapelle. A lot of look. This is funny, y'all, and this is real fun. Tiff, you had something to say?
I was just gonna say I don't think we can really like fully understand it since we're not on that side of things. I think it would help maybe on here maybe we can bring someone in that is transgender to speak on like their mindset behind why certain things should be the way that they are.
Right.
So other people can get a better understanding
Right,
as to why
exactly.
people think like that. Because as a straight cis person, it's really hard for you to sit there and say like how these people are actually thinking.
No, it's well, I can't. That's the whole thing. I don't know the thought process behind it. I'm just speaking, hopefully, just for my thought process behind it. I don't understand it. And I'll go a step further in saying I don't need to understand it. For me, I don't need to understand. I just know this is who you are. Yes. Okay, cool. Let's roll. I don't need to know why you feel this way or identify this way. I'm perfectly supportive of whatever you want to do. So no, I'm just my concern is from your point of view, Tiffany, to see why I understand what you're saying is like why they feel that they are, no matter what they are, women or whatever. That's that would be a good question. I don't know the answer to it. I just know that I'm also concerned for. Like I said, the best example that I can use without maybe people getting really aggressive about it is, if someone's saying that they're black and they're not, what's the name of the woman with the afro?
Rachel Dolezal.
They slayed her for that.
Well,
Big time.
Dave talked about that in a previous special.
Oh,
And,
okay.
I have to go back and see.
Yeah,
gotta watch
I feel
it.
like
he
I saw
covered that. He said a little bit in each special over the past few years, but whatever he didn't get around to,
This one he did.
this one he did.
Well,
That's why I
I'll
call
check it
the
out. I'll check it out.
He called it the closer.
He did
so
call us the closer.
I'm thinking that might be the reason why.
I heard he prefaced it by saying, "I'm gonna have to take some time off from stand up."
Yeah.
I heard he did
Now,
that.
I will say this. I spent some time looking into it because I had a memory from elementary school. I had a playmate that I was sure was a boy. I was sure. And my friend got pulled out of school, came back a couple of weeks later with pierced ears and a dress. So I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? And then there was no explanation. And we continued to play a while. And then I got the impression like my friend got isolated. And I didn't know if they were told to stop playing with me, but we just got separated. It was confusing, but I was like, okay. But we got separated and my friend got alienated and then got pulled out of school. And I never saw that friend again. I didn't know what to make of that. So that was the beginning of me starting to look into it, just because I was like, what the hell? So one thing I learned is that there are any number, I don't want to throw a fake number out there, but it's more common than you would think, where people are developing 2 fully formed sets of reproductive organs in gestation. And the doctors for like the past 50 some odd years were making a judgment call and not telling the mother. So a lot of people over those decades who would hit puberty and they would feel different than what they were socialized to be, that accounts for some percentage of the people who want to go through an affirmative surgery process. Or like they maybe don't have the surgery, but they might talk to their parents about it, and then they go back to the doctor that delivered them, and it's kind of like this confession later in the doctor's career, like, well, yeah, I thought I was saving you the trouble of, being born. Because back then the term was hermaphrodite. That term has been retired. And sometimes they say intersex, or they'll say girl parts and boy parts or something like that. Some people were born with both sets that fully work to varying degrees. Some people had surgery performed before they were sent home from the hospital. And then other people, there's some other techniques, they get more and more questionable as you go.
I've heard about that where they help to identify the gender. So there's all kind of stuff. There's also the stuff with the fact that there's a crap load of estrogen in a lot of fast food. There's so many things.
That one's even more controversial.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting topic of how this. I'm more concerned with I guess not the development of it, but just where we are with it. Like,
well, I thought
this
it was
is
important to say because a lot of times the idea is that it's a natural born man that just decides they identify as a woman
making that
and they want to
choice.
wear a dress and make you call them she and then get into the WNBA and I don't like that. So I thought that out of fairness, you know, I just wanted to at least throw out there that there are people who go through their whole life and don't say a mumbling word about it. They didn't ask for a special bathroom or anything. And then they kind of get thrown into a conversation they were never trying to have.
I'm for the unisex bathroom, by the way. I have no issue with. I know people
Like
trip out
Ally
and
McBeal.
They trip on. I'm like, look, I ain't got no problem with no unisex. Do what you do. You know, I don't care. You know,
I don't care.
I don't. You know, it's like
cares?
don't bother me none. Yeah, you get my child in here with this. It's like no, just I think there's we're so trivial here. Speaking of this whole thing, the spokesperson, I guess, presently of the LGBTQ community. Let me take that back because I don't know if the boy's a spokesperson. It's a big community, but Lil Nas X. So last time we got together, Lil Nas X, we were like, how can Lil Nas X be canceled? How can Lil Nas X be canceled? And I felt like it was no way he could be canceled. There's no way. But Jay brought up a point, and he was like, if he got married or whatever and had a kid or whatever. So I didn't think that would cancel him. But what's funny is did you guys see the tweet that he put up? Mm-hmm. You guys saw it? Let me pull it up real quick.
Is it about the Dolly Parton song?
It's not about Dolly Parton, but I hear
what was that?
I hear that's a great
He covered
song.
a Dolly Parton song. And
Jolene.
Dolly Parton loves the cover.
Oh.
He said, this is what he tweeted. He said, this gay shit was fun at first. I miss pussy now. That's what he said.
Wow.
That's what he said. I was like, we were just talking about that. He was
Bait and switch.
No, well, he was,
Bait and tackle
He's
and
definitely
switch.
trolling.
he was a troll. He was a troll because his next tweet was like, oh, he called back, so I'm good. So, so that was it. But it was funny. I thought he did a great job at that because everybody we talking about it. Y'all didn't think that was a good job?
It was cool.
It was pretty good, I thought.
You didn't like my joke, did he?
It was cool.
Instead of bait and switch, bait and tackle and switch.
Yeah.
So you did hear it.
I heard it, but that don't mean that
Oh, see,
it's an A.
you faking the funk.
So what I would say is though, real talk, because we've been playing around with this idea for a long time, and this topic directly has come up with talking to someone who is trans and having them come on a show. And look, we're open people. We just want to hear it because these are just questions that a lot of people have. It's just like, and it'd be good to get someone's perspective, as Tiffany said, to really talk. And I know a few people, but I don't know if they would come on the show to talk about it because the whole process and the amount of courage that it even takes to be trans is something I don't know of. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm not trans, so it becomes one of those kind of situations. So I'll just say, don't be turf out there or whatever it is. I don't know. Okay. So moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, how much time we got, Tiffany? I lost track of time. I feel like we ate up a lot of time.
Yeah, we're at 37 minutes.
Wow. This show is going by quickly.
Yeah,
don't hate us in the
bad.
comments. If you do, just hate us with
Jay
love.
and his jokes have
You
eaten
hate
up
me
a
for
lot.
my jokes?
I got the jokes. I got the jokes. I got the jokes. I got the jokes.
Don't hate me for my jokes.
Don't hate me for the jokes, baby. Look here. So here's the thing we have. We have a new song that's out. It's called Stars. We released it a little bit ago.
New song.
Yeah, new song, Stars. We missed it because of Ida and everything. So we haven't shown it to you, but we'll show you a nice little clip of it right now. Without further ado, band! Drop the mothership. First verse. Come on.
I see the stars in my bedroom. Oh. They keep me up at night. I got the oceans in my living room.
What it do? What it do?
The motion feels just right.
Horn.
The TV guide in my bedroom. Come on out and dance. Move your body to the left and the right. Come on out and dance. Move your body. Bounce, bounce, yeah, bounce, yeah. Bounce, bounce. Watch out. I see them stars in my bedroom. They keep me up at night. I got the ocean in my living room. The motion feels just right. Come on, hold on. The TV guide in my bedroom. It's always paradise. The angels in my kitchen, they make me come alive. Come on, come on, come on, come on out and dance. Let me see you twist your hips all the way down. Come on out and dance. Let me see you move your body, yeah. Come on out and dance. Move your body to the left and the right. Come on out and dance. J-Sharp, 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 J-Sharp. Come on, rock with it. Come. Yeah. Bang your head, come on. Six string, six string, six string. Come on. Bang your head.
There you go. It's the stars, baby. It's just stars shining bright. I keep the stars in my bedroom. Stream that on YouTube.
Y'all some funky people.
It's so funky, so funky. Got some good solos in there too. Moving right along. Tina Turner. She you heard about Tina? Sold her catalog.
Wait.
How much though?
I don't know. I think it was BMG.
It was BMG.
BMG. She sold that Jane.
Wow.
I know it's worth
How
some
much
money.
you
though.
think she's? Because that's what.
She got a few hundred
I
million.
think they said it was the highest one thus far. I believe is what. The
She got a few hundred. She got a few hundred
Wow.
million.
Yeah, it had to be no less than 100 million.
You know, I was just in a class talking about this, and we were talking about the whole thing. And so people, why would you sell your catalog? Because money, the music don't make money like that no more, baby.
Yeah. And I've been working
Yeah,
hard.
make that
Yeah,
money.
but I ain't mad. Tina's like, we're gonna stack this cash. We gonna
She's 81.
yeah.
She's good.
She's like,
She
we're gonna
is
stack this
Definitely
cash.
good.
left a
And
good
Yes.
job in the city.
And I'm gonna leave this
Yes.
to whoever I need to leave it to. Leave
I
this
got
to
one.
Good job, Jay. That's it. That's it.
Was that an A? I missed it. We'll have to go back and look at
It
it.
was a good job. It wasn't an A.
Oh, it was a
Here
good
it
job.
says reportedly for 50 million.
50 million?
Reportedly, that seems low.
Yeah, because some of those other
I would
ones.
think at least 100. No,
At
it's not.
least
It's
100.
not super low because when you think about Tina didn't have a lot of stateside hits. When you think about it, you know, she had.
Yeah, but still.
You know, she's an icon, but when they buy the catalogs, they're repurposing it for TV and film, and you're gonna have like Thunderdome. You're gonna have.
We don't need another heat.
Yep, you're gonna have a few. You can have about 20. You know, but when you compare it to like a Fleetwood Mac or somebody like that who's going to have a lot more, you know, but 50 million, it's got to be more than 50 because I feel like Stevie Nicks sold hers for 25, you know, or whatever. So anyway, who knows? Who knows what the small print says? This is usually the time of the day when we do Raheem's just the tip. Anybody got a tip?
I don't have a tip.
This is what he get for missing. You know what I'm saying? Tiffany, you got a tip of the day?
If you're drinking that screwball and you're not a real drinker, you need to mix that puppy because it is strong.
Your tip of the day is that when you get your screwball, mix it. That's all.
If you're not a heavy drinker.
If you're not a heavy drinker. See, they drinking it straight in here, ladies and gentlemen. Straight.
Which is fine.
Screwball.
I haven't had
We
any
need to have some
problems.
screwball recipes. Screwball recipes. Well, this is what we're doing. So it looks like we'll be in San Diego.
San Diego
In December. What is it? December 8th?
8th.
December 8th, playing with the Rebirth Brass Band. The Rebirth Brass Band, we shall be playing with them. That shall be entertaining. Also, New Year's Eve will be in Washington, D.C. at the Kennedy Center.
Hey.
So I don't know how you get tickets for that, but get some tickets. So we're
Figure
happy
it
to
out.
be playing again. This on the September or October. We're in October. October 17th, we'll be at this special event called the Carousel of Culture here in New Orleans as a festival. So we're going to have fun. Please leave your comments because we talked about some heavy stuff today. Tried to keep it light, tried to keep it jokey, talk about some heavy stuff. But this is something we'd be talking about on the road, and that's what this whole thing is about. These are conversations.
And it would get real heated, probably.
Not
in
this
the car.
conversation. You know what's so crazy? But I've spoken.
don't know.
You know what's so crazy is even in the community, in the LGBTQ community, there are like people who don't agree with trans women or trans men being called women and men, which was I found very interesting.
RuPaul struggled with it for a while. Only recently changed positions on it.
Okay.
Right. There are lots that's like, no, it's different. You're different. I get it. I love you, but it's not. So it's so it's a heavy topic, but it's a heavy topic because again, we're kind of like babies in understanding what it is. But I would prefer it be out in the open because this has always existed. It's just people used to sneak around and do it. I would prefer people do it. Just do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Just do what you do, baby, and keep it moving. So anyway, all right. So we are Waterseed. Make sure you follow us at waterseedmusic.com. More than anything, follow us on Spotify. That's Waterseed, WATERSEED. Big shout out to Screwball Whiskey, which has been sitting here with me the whole time.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, you feeling good? You feeling nice and warm, huh?
I feel good and tingly.
That is.
Lou
That is.
sound like he had a shot too. The
Tiffany.
way he dragged on that word.
Screwball.
Y'all like that? Y'all like that? The Screwball Whiskey. Okay, so anyway, Screwball Whiskey for supporting us and making sure that we're able to do things like this in our other videos. Thank you so much, Screwball Whiskey. Big shout out to Raj Smooth and everybody. Big shout out to Team Magic. Big shout out to Roberto, who's with Decisive Podcast. Make sure you check him out. You think Roberto checking our podcast out? He better be.
Roberto, you better be watching right now.
That's what's up. Next week, we're in full bloom. We'll have some special guests. I hope somebody in the comments sends us an email saying they would like to come on the show and talk about this again because we'll talk about it again. Tiffany, you got anything to say?
Oh, no, I'm good.
She's still good.
I got something to say.
What you got to say?
The merch.
Oh, yeah.
We got merch.
I got a bracelet on right now. I got a Water Seed
Pow, pow.
Positivity is upside down. Positivity band bracelet, Water Seed. So make sure you can pick that up at our website, waterseedmusic.com.
We got T-shirts, trucker hats,
Socks.
.com, trucker hats, all of that stuff. So opposed to you coming to the show to get it, we can send it right to you. Our last order went out to Germany, so there it is. Germany and I think like Carolina or something. So people
And don't wait, do it now.
Yes.
No.
Don't email me after we sell all of it and be like, you got the hookup on.
Yeah. So it's limited editions. So
I don't know what that was about. Okay. Anyway, so we are Water Seed. Without further ado, how y'all feeling?
We good though.
Cue that music right there.
We good though. We good though. We good though.